Let's give just general hot stove updates because February, getting ahead of myself. December was a big time for stuff like this. A lot of these moves happened in December when we were taking our time off. So if you missed any of these, here we are. Eduardo Rodriguez actually opted out of his contract with the Tigers, who, by the way, so I thought this was interesting, that he blocked a trade to the Dodgers at about the trade deadline, right?
Yeah.
Because he said that he liked in Detroit, didn't want to move his family, stuff like that. Well, come end of the season, he opted out of his contract. And then he signed with Arizona for 4 years, $80 million. The Diamondbacks have a new ace.
Yeah, they do.
Like, this is the thing I love about the Diamondbacks right now is some teams would just be content making it to the World Series. Some teams are just content making it to the playoffs for Seattle.
Sure. Yeah.
But the Diamondbacks, who have a World Series trophy in their stadium for the fans to go see, if you're ever at a game, go to the museum in center field. It's fantastic. Super cool. You'll see it there.
Yeah.
They want another one. Getting there and losing, especially the way they did to the Rangers, is not good enough.
No.
So they bring in Eduardo Rodriguez. You've got Rodriguez, Gallen, Kelly. That's a pretty good 1-2-3 right there. Sure. I don't know that Fat is going to be the same guy this season that he was not in the postseason. He was pretty dang good. He wasn't that good the regular season.
No,
it's going to be tough for him to come back. But he's your number 4, though. You've seen what he has at the very least, right? He's a pretty good number 4.
Yeah, I agree.
So I love it. Diamondbacks are going to be a good team again this year because they extended Gurriel. Lourdes Gurriel 4 years as well.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 years. I can't remember anyway. So watch out for the Diamondbacks again this year. They're going to be good. So,
oh man, I just yawned. Sorry. The Mets signed Sean Manaea, 2-year, $28 million. He was not as good the last 2 years in San Diego and San Francisco as he had been in Oakland. So it'll be interesting to see what happens crosstown in Queens.
It will be because I actually really like Sean Manaea. He was scary in Oakland. He was really, really good. Less scary in San Diego and San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious if he can get back to his old form and be that good for a team that should be a lot better than they are.
Agreed.
So anyway, the Blue Jays re-signed Kevin Kiermaier. I thought that was great. Good for him. Good for them. I was shocked that they were like, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But I think a lot of it had to do with Ohtani, with as far money that they're going to spend there. Because I think that if they brought in Ohtani, they were going to have to trade some guys. Honestly,
for sure,
with the money they're going to pay. But that was 1 year, $10.5 million for Kiermaier. They should have given him more. They kind of did him dirty here, I think. I know he's a little bit older, but I think they did him dirty.
I
should have given 10.5, or should have given him more than 1 year.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Yeah.
That's where they should have given him more. KBO slugger Jung-Hoo Lee signed with the Giants. 6 years, $113 million. In my opinion, this is an overpay. A KBO slugger is not akin to an MLB slugger. And even then, KBO slugger is relative.
Right.
I don't think he hit as many home runs as what some big leaguers would hit, like everyday big leaguers would hit over there. Guys making $113 million over 6 years. I think it'd go to the KBO and hit more home runs than Lee. I'm not trying to poo-poo him because he was great last year in the KBO. Yeah. But at the same time, though, I think that's a little bit of an overpay for the Giants.
Yeah, but he will mature a little bit, and there is potential for him to be wonderful. But it's an unknown quantity, and they're paying him like he's a known quantity. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly right.
Okay. We teased Blake Snell. Yeah, we teased Blake Snell earlier, but we're going to talk about it. Blake Snell is a Scott Boras client. So Scotty B's running the show here. And Scotty B also is running Jordan Montgomery. We'll talk about that next. So Blake Snell, as of Sunday the 14th, was seeking a 9-year, $270 million contract. That's what he's hoping for. The Yankees offered him 5 years, $150 million. He poo-pooed that deal. Signed Stroman instead. So a little under half both ways, time and fees, time and money. The Giants, go ahead.
That's more money. That's more AAV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
No, it's the same. Never mind. It's the same. My math.
It should be about half, but depending on how payments might have been deferred or whatever. But
270 divided by 9 is 30.
Same thing with 150 divided by 5. That's 30. So it's exactly the same AAV. It's just the Yankees don't want him for 9 years, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't blame him. So, there was a rumor saying that if they'd have given him a 6th year with another 30 mil or so, that he'd have
Yeah, I'm sure if it had been 6 years, 180, which is again equivalent. That's the thing is a lot of Scott Boras clients, they're looking for years over money.
For sure.
So,
and it makes sense. Guys want a solid, guarantee.
They want the stability.
Yeah. The Giants also have balked at Blake Snell's asking price, and they went out and signed Jordan Hicks instead. They got 4 years, $44 million out of this Jordan Hicks deal. So now we don't know where Blake Snell will sign. It seems the Yankees and the Giants are out. Toronto is now rumored to be the front runner in this situation. I don't know what that means, but we'll see. And I think, though, that his days are running out and his options just took a nosedive.
Yeah. So a lot of people in Seattle want him to go to the Mariners, but I'm also kind of like I know you don't turn down a reigning Cy Young winner, right? That's what the Mariners did when they got Robbie Ray. They got the reigning Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
But we also saw that he took a massive step back the next year.
He did.
Even in a pitcher's ballpark that favors lefties.
Right.
He took a step back. And so you got to think that Snell is going to take a step back this year from what he was this last year, even though he led the league in walks. In some places, you just cannot walk guys and get away with it.
For sure.
Right? And so, I don't know. I do think his suitors are limited. I don't know that he's going to get 9 years, 270.
Nope. I don't think so. He's going to have to
settle for something else.
I can see a 7-year deal. 6 year makes a lot of sense. We'll see. Okay. Jordan Montgomery also is still unsigned as of Sunday, the 14th of January. Also a Scotty B client. Rumors are stating that he will re-sign with Texas, though that is yet to be seen.
The interesting thing, though, is that because he's a Scott Boras client, you have to be like, so can the Rangers afford him, though?
Right. You got to ask.
Because who else you have? Because the other guys you have in that starting rotation that you're paying. Right. And you're also paying Marcus Semien and Corey Seager as well. And you just paid Odalis Garcia like 44.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Or was it 22 or something like that?
75 gazillion.
Just about. You paid Odalis Garcia in arbitration. And so it's almost like I'm surprised, honestly, that Scott Boras has not been like, you give it to us today or we're just flat out going to go somewhere else.
I think he's too smart for that. He doesn't want to close doors, but maybe
that's why I'm not an agent, Brig.
Here's your rundown of who the free agents are that are remaining sort of on the table. We've got in the pitchers, Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell, Mike Clevenger, and Josh Hader remain unsigned.
I think Josh Hader turned down an offer from the Dodgers just out of I think he said out of principle.
Out of principle.
Yeah, I think is what it was. What somebody said, the brief thing that I wrote said that you're going to turn down an opportunity to win just because you don't want to go to a team.
It's weird.
Josh Hader's not a popular man.
No, and he might have to take a backseat to some other guys, and that's not okay with him. Okay, weird. Right. Yeah. Now, position players available. Matt Chapman. That one boggles my mind.
I know.
Oh, I do not understand. It's got to be a representation thing. They got to be stringing us along to just squeeze the best deal out. But there's also not a ton of rumor flying around either. So I don't know what's going on with Matt Chapman. But I want him really bad in New York because I want him in New York really bad.
His agent, he's a Boras client.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, so Matt Chapman, Cody Bellinger, JD Martinez, Rhys Hoskins, Jorge Soler, and Justin Turner are all unsigned.
So I can see Justin Turner because he's going to be a guy a team brings in. I don't want to say as a last resort, but I could see him getting signed right before spring training, a team being like, we need a DH. Let's bring Turner in, right?
And he's a guy who can platoon around third if we need to, or first maybe, or he's a stick your finger in the dam guy.
He is. That's exactly.
Yeah. That's how I look at it.
JD Martinez, I can kind of see too, because he's an old guy as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So still super capable.
Oh, he had a great year last year.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't see him and Turner as in the same boat.
Right. I think honestly, I'm shocked Rhys Hoskins has not landed somewhere yet.
Yeah.
I would take him in Seattle yesterday for sure.
That
Same thing with Jorge. And okay, so I want Jorge Soler so bad in Seattle, like so bad.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, the reason he has not signed is I think it's a money thing, not so much a performance thing. The teams are like, okay, you are when you're hot, you're the hottest player in baseball. There is no pitching to you when you're hot, but when you're cold, man, Miami can't heat you up. So I think that's what it is teams are like, what are we willing to pay for a guy who is that polar, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to have him in Seattle though as a DH. Shoot, sign him today.
Yeah,
Rhys Hoskins yesterday and Jorge Soler today.
Do it.